Hey my friends, welcome back to Falcons RC, the home of the scale for midgets. And here we have the P-180. I built this plane about 2 years ago or so, and then I don't remember what happened, and something else came up, and I put it to the side, and I never got back into it until now. I finally got my shop kind of almost done, so I got all this room now, plenty of room to work on stuff now. So we're gonna be back to building airplanes, and this is one of those projects that I need to bring back to life. So this guy right here, my intentions were to build this little one, get it flying, and if I like the way this one flew, I was gonna build a bigger one, a 8-foot long P-180. Now the thing is that I already lost my blueprints. I have no idea what I did with my prints, so I don't even remember what scale this one is. So I gotta go back over there and find an image and try to figure out which scale this is, and because I haven't built my nozzles right here for my engines. I already ordered the motors. They actually came in yesterday. I got 2 motors. The idea was a few years back when I built this thing, I was gonna use 2 microjets from Grayson Hobby. But since technology got way better now, I'm actually gonna use these multi-star 2306 motors with 20 amp speed controllers, and I got plenty of BSC, so I'll just put a BSC there since they don't have BSC. But anyway, I built this plane. One of the things that I would have done different when I built this thing a few years back was the wing. If you pay attention to this thing, I actually did a scale airfoil too, like a sport airfoil. And that's not good really. Now that looking at this small airplane, it's gonna it pretty much is gonna be going all the time. If I slow down too much, I don't think it's gonna be able to slow down too much. But anyway, I think it'll fly. I think it will fly. I got my canards over here on the full scale airplane. They're actually flaps, so they are fixed canards, and the flaps deploy from it. They only use it on takeoff and landings. And over here we got my ailerons, which normally these ailerons on the full scale aircraft, these are the flaps. The ailerons are just this little tip. But I knew this wasn't going to be enough to fly this thing. And of course, got a full balsa wood elevator, stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer. And no rudder. I wasn't planning on using rudder back then. I'm not going to change that now. But this was a very easy build. Very simple build. I got plenty of room. I'm going to be flying it on a 4-sail, since these little suckers handle a 4-sails with no problem. Back in the days I was going to be using a 3-sail, probably a 3S 2200. Now I'm going to be using a 4-sail 1500. And depends on my CG, it's probably going to end up somewhere over here, or maybe all the way up in the nose somewhere. But yeah, definitely. I'm excited about getting this thing on the air. So pretty soon I'm going to figure out the scale of this thing, and I'm gonna make me those the engines mounts and stuff, and we're gonna go get back to work on it. And I'm of course gonna post the videos when I build the engine mounts and all that stuff, and when I fly it and finish it, just like I used to do it back in the days. And of course over here I got, I've been working on some other stuff. I haven't just been working on foamies. Well, here we got these TAM jets A4. This is a cool A4. I got a good deal on it, and the guy that had it before, well, I got it from a guy. They got it from a guy. You know how that thing goes. And they actually tried to fly this massive jet on a 100 millimeters fan unit. Man, that's just way too small. That's just way too small for this thing, So they actually made this plane to fly on either turbine or electric, but the electric fan, it was a 120 millimeters. The turbine they recommend for it actually produces 13 pounds of thrust. So I was actually going to go with the turbine, since I got friends on my local hobby shop and my local club, pretty much they fly turbines, and they can help me out getting the waiver and all that stuff. But I also have this chainsaw fan unit right here with this Scorpion motor, and I tested out on my bench and everything, and it actually produces 10.5 pounds of thrust. So I'm only 2.5 pounds shy from the thrust of a turbine on this guy. So I think I'm gonna go with this guy. Of course, I gotta modify all this because, I mean, come on. Let me get this over here. Oh, come on. Let me get that. Trying to get that fan unit over there. Take this out of here. This little toy. You know, I gotta modify this thing. See, I gotta modify the mount so I can install this guy right here. And of course, the intakes. These intakes are for the turbine. You know, they're way too small for the EDF. So I'm gonna have to redesign the intakes. And the EDF version of it, they actually did have a little bit bigger of intakes right here. So I'm gonna see if I can find those. If not, I'm gonna make it myself. I know not so much. It's gonna be too bad to having to do that. And of course, the thrust tube. You know, there is not a thrust tube. So I have no idea how they were planning on flying this thing on a 100mm EDF without a thrust tube. So here we got the wings for it. Well, I got one of the wings for it. It definitely needs a little love. I mean, the whole plane is gonna have to be looked over and rebuilt, kind of. The flaps, the hinges are really bad. I mean, that one sits flat all the way nice the way it's supposed to, but this one is way off the aircraft. I mean, you can see it right there. So is this one. So the flap has a lip over here and it's flush over here. So I'm gonna figure out a way to get all this out and put it back in place, revisit the servos, make sure they are right. Look at the landing gears. Those are drywall screws holding the landing gears in place. And it wouldn't be so bad if they would have pre-drilled the holes on it. But they just screw directly to the wood, and I was looking underneath it. It's gonna be hard for you to see, but they split the landing gear mounts. So I'm probably gonna have to Dremel all this out and replace all that wood in there. So it's gonna be a project, but I like building, so it ain't not too bad for me. But anyhow, this, I'm very excited about it. For those that are not familiar with the P-80 or the P-180, Google it or Fox it, whatever you use to to look for stuff online, look for it. It's a very nice looking jet. I may have it pull up over here. Let me check my computer. Yeah, I was about to start working on the intakes for that A4, but let me see. There it goes. See, this is the P-80. Beautiful looking jet. And like I say, if this little socket works, I'm gonna be building a big one. So stay tuned, guys. We're gonna finish up this. Hopefully, I'll have it done within a week or two or so, and I'm gonna be posting videos of the progress. So thank you for watching. Subscribe. See you next flight.